And I'm Sharon, and as you know, I normally make videos about Anglo-Saxons and folklore and things like that, but today we are making a video which is very different. It is, because behind us you can see our 2011 Vauxhall Vivaro,
ex-gasworks van.
Yeah, an old former gas-bored van, who is now called Beowulf.
Beowulf.
Yeah, Beowulf. Because this, although it doesn't look like it at the moment, this is going to transform into an Anglo-Saxon mead hall on wheels.
Yes.
So,
Complete with mead.
well, I have to be vegan mead, but yeah, maybe a beer hall. Anyway, the aim is to transform this into something really quite spectacular, which will then travel with us on all sorts of exciting road trips.
It will, and I'm sure we'll make it something really special.
I do hope so. So we wanted to share that process with you, so you can hopefully see the transformation of the former gas-bored van into something really quite special. That's the hope. So we've already done a fair bit of work on it, haven't we?
We have, yeah. It came complete with racking, floor-to-ceiling racking, which we've removed. Unfortunately, we didn't take a photo, did we?
No, I don't think we've got a photo of the racking.
No,
we might have somewhere, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to bring you up to speed with where we are now before we actually do any more work on the van. So as Mark said, this was a former gas-bored van used as a work van with all the
paraphernalia that goes with gas-board workers.
Yeah.
Complete with cigarette butts.
Yeah, lots of grime, dirt, unmentionable things which we cleaned out of here.
We best not mention those on camera.
No.
Because we all know that the gas-board, we respect the gas-board workers.
They
do a fine job.
They do indeed.
Just make a mess of vans.
That's right. So we use this to cart a load of stuff in, and then as soon as we've done that, we remove the bulkhead.
Yeah, the big old steel bulkhead behind the seats.
Yeah, so that went, and then of course what we did, we had to strip out the old floor, which was quite thick plywood.
Yeah, it was about 12 mil, I think, 12 mil plywood. 12
mil ply. So that all came out, and then we gave it a really good clean.
As you can imagine, after, what's it, 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, 13 years. There's a lot of grime under that plywood.
That's right. So we gave that.
Surface rust, wasn't there?
There was some surface rust.
Not too bad.
And 2 holes in the floor.
Oh yeah, because it had a diesel heater.
That's right.
Which we removed.
So you had to weld up those holes.
Yep.
And
bit of magpie poo welding, but does the job.
The holes aren't there anymore, so it worked. So then, we had to give it a bit of a clean up, get rid of some rust, put some paint on, and then we got to the first kind of construction bit, didn't we? Which was
exciting. Is the best part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun. Which was to create the insulated floor. So how did we do that?
We laid down battens. I think they were 30 by 30. Treated timber. Although I don't suppose you need to use treated timber.
I think we just got that because it was cheaper.
It was actually cheaper, yeah.
It was cheaper.
So yeah, we did that. We laid them along the floor, and then got the insulation board.
Yeah.
Which we cut. I can't remember what it was called.
I don't know. It's kind of. I think it's about.
Celotex or something.
Yeah, about 25 mil.
Yeah, it's 25 mil.
Solid
it's like an
insulation
expanded foam with
board.
tinfoil either side of it.
Yeah, the kind of stuff you use in your roof normally.
Yeah. We just sort of cut that into strips, laid it between the battens.
Yeah. And then we had to put down a damp-proof
membrane, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then the old plywood floor we put back on top.
That's right. So basically,
just as a base, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was perfectly sound, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
And it was already cut to the exact size and shape that we wanted. So after we'd insulated it all and put the membrane down, we basically just put the plywood floor back.
Yep.
And then you made it look rather nice, didn't you?
With some laminated oak flooring.
That's right. Now, one of the things I should have said is we are trying to do this van being as frugal as possible. So
I'm tight. I'm really tight.
He really is. You will not believe how tight he is. But the floorboards we picked up from our local auction, so we paid a fraction of the price than you would have done if you'd have gone and bought it from a DIY shop. So they went down, and then you made some beautiful oak thresholds, didn't you, for the two doorways?
Out of solid oak, yeah.
Yeah. Again, solid oak is really expensive just to go and buy.
Exactly. We were surprised, weren't we?
Really surprised.
Horribly surprised.
Yeah. God, we're not going to spend that on it, are we? So what we did, we bought some bits of solid oak furniture, again, from our local auction.
Yeah, for a fraction of the price.
Yeah, which we've just broken down, and then we're using the wood to make beautiful things out of.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what you can buy from your local auction.
Yeah, definitely.
Things like bookshelves or
we got that
sideboards.
Yeah, we got that bookshelf for a tenner, didn't we?
That's right.
Absolutely,
we got a lot of wood out of that.
Loads and loads of oak in that. So that's definitely something to bear in mind.
That's a top tip from us to you.
Yeah, indeed it is. So you made the lovely thresholds.
Yep.
And then, then we went round and we put all of these sound deadening pads on it, didn't we?
Yeah, self-adhesive. They're just squares. What are they? About, I think they're about 18 inches by 18 inches or something, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know. But we've only used one pack so far. I don't think we're going to need any more. We've managed to put them almost everywhere. What is it they do again? What's their purpose?
They just sit on the flat surfaces and stop it vibrating.
Okay.
Oh, look at little hand waving.
Yeah. And then we got to the fun bit. We started battening.
Battering.
No, not battering. Battening.
Battening.
And again, we used some of those bits of pre-treated wood that we got.
Yeah, we had some left over, so we used a couple of bits of those, didn't we? Most of it is old pallet wood.
Again, this is our money-saving tip.
Yeah.
As we both work for a distribution company, we were able to pick up quite a few bits of old broken pallets, which you have run through your planer and then cut up on the bandsaw to make the appropriate size bits. Now, as you can see, there are some lovely curves in this van, which we thought would be really good. You
probably can't see because my fat head's in the way.
Well, you can see because I'm going to put a photo up.
Okay. She knows what she's doing.
I'm the editor. Anyway, so some nice curves in here, and I was thinking, an actual mead hall wouldn't be all straight angles, so let's keep those curves. So you were able, because you know what you're doing.
That's debatable.
He does.
We'll see.
He does. You were able to cut the wood so that you can then bend it around the curves in the van.
Yeah, and then we screwed it to the framework, and now the wood's got that nice curvaceous curve.
That's right. So then we started insulating. Now, obviously, when you do a van, it's really important that you do a proper job with the insulation. Now we're using it's stuff which you can buy to insulate your loft, but it's made out of recycled plastic bottles, which is good because it means it doesn't scratch you like traditional kind of
terrible stuff, the old fiberglass.
Fiberglass stuff. We didn't want that in a van.
It saves the planet.
Of course.
Saves the planet.
Eco-friendly, recycled plastic bottles. So basically you have to try and stuff that into every possible gap, don't you?
You're forced into every little crevasse.
Yeah, I mean, the thing
it's just where you've got small hands.
Yes, definitely. I mean, the thing about this van is that there are some bits where you could literally be stuffing it in forever and you'd never get to the end of it, would you? We did try something the other day.
I didn't want to talk about this.
Well, we're going to have to because you can still see the remnants of it. We did
expanding
foam. Not sure that was a good idea.
It's a good. I mean, now I've used it. I think we know not to put a whole can in like a foot.
I think maybe you didn't need as much as you thought you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, that has been quite effective in filling up some of those real empty voids in the van. I mean, it's made a horrible mess.
It just kept coming out, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh dear.
I've got a very heavy trigger finger.
He has. Terrible. But anyway, back to the insulation.
Yep.
After we had battened it and stuffed in all of the recycled plastic bottle insulation. We then covered it in this, I don't even know what you'd call it, this kind of
it's like a tinfoily
bubble wrap
type of stuff,
vapor thingy. I don't know whatever the technical word is. It's a vapor.
We will
barrier,
find out the names for you,
isn't it?
Yeah.
A vapor barrier.
And then you taped up the joints with tinfoil tape.
Taped all the joints with tinfoil tape. Oh, now the outside of Beowulf was very work van.
Oh, was it?
Very, very work van. Bless him. He was completely covered in lots of fluorescent stickers and wraps and things. So,
and don't forget the Park Anywhere flashing lights.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we'll get to that because we haven't got to the roof yet. But
okay.
We're gonna get there. But yeah. So we took all the stickers off. Most of them came off okay. We had to clean up some of the residue where the stickers down the side had been.
13 years, haven't
they had, and some of the wrap at the back has left a kind of a yellow stain on his paintwork.
Which I think has faded in the sunlight. It has
faded.
I mean, we did Google it and people did suggest that it would fade in the sunlight, and it does seem to be.
Yeah, so I think,
touch wood.
Yeah, if we have a few more hot days here in the UK, it might just fade nicely.
Well, it should be right about 4 years' time then, shouldn't it?
Should be, yeah.
Summer's nearly over now.
We've had our one day of summer, so yeah, so that was the outside of him.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll make him look better in the future, but for now he's lost his stickers and he's looking a lot less like a work van.
He does.
He also had this, what would you call this bit we're sitting on?
It's a footstep, isn't it? Still got like the it's combined with the rear bumper, and it's covered with that what do you call it? It's like a coarse, non-slip surface.
I don't know.
Bright yellow, wasn't it?
It was bright yellow. Yeah. So sprayed that black. Knocked out some of the dents where somebody had obviously run into him at one point.
Yeah, it wasn't the gas worker's fault.
No.
He didn't reverse into anything. It was just someone must have run into him while he stopped the traffic lights.
But he's now looking, from the outside, he now looks a lot less like a work van.
He looks really good now.
And there was one thing that you did to the roof. Now, he used to have a couple of Park Anywhere orange flashing beacons on top, and I know you did like those.
I debated whether to keep them or not, because you could just park anywhere.
You can't.
Yellows.
He thinks you can, but you can't.
Hard shoulder of the motorway, just whatever. If those lights are flashing, you can do anything.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, they came off, didn't they?
Yeah.
And at the same time, you cut a whacking great hole in the roof with a grinder.
Stuff. Man and grinder. Yeah. You know what I mean. You know.
He loves his grinder. Anyway.
Sparks flying.
Yeah. And then you installed what would you call it? A fan vent, roof window thing. Well, it does let light in.
It lets light in. You can open and shut it. It does it automatically.
It's got a rain sensor on it, hasn't it?
If it rains, it'll shut itself. Yeah. Runs off the 12-volt Leisure battery.
Yes, which we have unfortunately just had to buy a new one of those because the leisure battery it came with had obviously been with it since it was converted to be a gas-board work van, and it was knackered, wasn't it?
Well, it's not knackered. It's poking out 4 volts, which is not really enough to power an ant's backside, is it?
Not really. So we've got to put a new one of those in. So, and I think really that's all we've done so far, isn't it? Can you think of anything else?
No. Well, apart from I did put a man toy on the front, didn't I?
Oh, he pimped his van.
It's not finished being pimped yet.
He's pimping his van up.
Pimping at the van.
You put a whacking great, what would you call it?
It's a light bar.
A light bar
LED
on the
light
front.
bar across the front of the roof.
Of course, every camper van needs an LED light bar, doesn't it?
I think so.
So, yeah.
So if you're one of those people that drives towards me with your lights on high beam and doesn't dip them, I'm looking for you.
Yeah, you might not be looking at anyone after that because probably blind you. But yeah, you have begun the van pimping process, haven't you?
Yeah, and we replaced all the headlight bulbs with LEDs.
Oh yeah, you did that.
I've got some LED marker lights to go along the top and the bottom and along the sides.
That's right.
So it'll look like a right Ooh, I don't want to offend any drug dealers out there, but it'll look like a drug dealer's bloody paradise, won't it?
Brilliant. That's just the kind of attention we need, isn't it? There he is.
Just need some chrome spinning hubcaps now, and I'll be well set.
There he is, trying to be a Anglo-Saxon mead hall on wheels, yeah. And you've made him look like a drug dealer mobile. But anyway, one thing very, 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 very strange, which makes me think that we don't actually have any choice in anything. It's all mapped out for us.
Oh yes, yes.
Well, yesterday you noticed was it VIN number?
Yeah, the VIN number.
You would not believe the VIN number. It starts with Wolf. WOLF.
Yeah.
So I do think,
believe it or not.
Yeah. I do think that this van was always destined to become Beowulf.
I think it was density, yeah.
It wasn't density. Anyway, so join us as we work on this and show you how we're going to convert this old van into an Anglo-Saxon mead hall on wheels.
Exactly. That's the plan.
Right, okay, we've had a load of stuff delivered.
A shed load of stuff.
A shed load of stuff, but it's actually in the van, so I guess it's a van load of stuff.
Small van load of stuff.
Yeah, but it's a small van.
A lot of stuff in a small van.
Yes. Anyway, so we have got the windows.
Yeah. No, that's the solar panels.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's the solar panel. The windows. We do have the windows. So we've got
2 lots of windows.
So we've got the windows for the barn doors. We've got the windows for the sliding door.
Yep.
We're still waiting on the little window, but we won't worry about that. We've got the solar panels and a new battery. So
yeah, a bit of paint.
Our first challenge is to... This is
going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Our first challenge is to try and fit the windows. I've read the instructions. They made no sense to me, but they did make sense to him.
I haven't read them.
Yes, you
I
have.
don't read instructions. I'm a bloke.
He says he doesn't read instructions.
You blokes out there know what I'm talking about, don't you? Don't read instructions.
You did read these ones.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I pretended to. I looked at the paper just to keep it quiet.
Well, this is going to be fun, isn't it? So, okay, so join us in the next video where we're going to be trying to fit windows.
We're not going to try.
All right, okay, we're not going to try. We're going
to fit the windows.
We're going to fit the windows.
And it's going to be successful.
It is, yeah.
It's going to look the dog's
You can't say that on a video.
Can't you?
No.
It's not a swear word. That's a perfectly natural thing that dogs have.
God. Anyway, we are going to fit windows to our campervan conversion.
Yep.
So join us in the next video to see how that goes. Okay.
Sweet.
Bye.
Bye. You're just advertising your channel on a drug dealer's van.
Why are you making it look like a drug dealer's van?
Because you haven't stopped me. It's partly your fault.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? All right, we're done here, are we?
I guess.
Okay.
Come on.